My cherished child, recognize that this period you are in is not accidental. This is a deliberate time, set aside for me to communicate with you in a distinct and personal way. The very fact I am speaking now is because of you. You might believe you grasp things fully, my child, yet there is a deep sense within your spirit that has been stirring, a quiet awareness you couldn't quite name. A profound change is unfolding, not in the future, but right now, in this very moment. You did not arrive at this point on your own, my child. I guided you here. This is because a fundamental reality is prepared to anchor itself within you, a truth meant to resonate deeply in your core. This understanding has not been presented in this specific manner before, not with those who spoke for me in ancient times, not with the wise ones who walked the earth before you. It was necessary for this truth to reach you through the path you have walked. Those silent stretches you went through held meaning. They were forming you for this moment. Perhaps you've sensed that something significant was nearing revelation. You may have experienced dreams that felt confusing yet held deep feeling for you. Understand, my precious one, you are not floating aimlessly. You are being purposefully led. The difficulties you faced, the weight your spirit carried, served a purpose. A sacred insight was awaiting this precise time, waiting for your path, your pain, your seeking heart to be prepared. This specific clarity has not been revealed in this way before, but when it settles within you, it will resonate as something you carried even before your life here began. Understand, this isn't a rule or a warning. It's a powerful knowing inside that brings forth your true nature, hidden by your outward life. My being resides inside you. Stop for a moment. Allow this truth to settle into the deepest stillness of your spirit before your thoughts try to grasp it. My being resides inside you. Perhaps you sensed I was far off, my child. You might have sought transformation in the world around you, yet the key was not located outside you. It was set within you. This explains the unease in your body, the stirring of your emotions, the confusion in your thoughts, while your spirit remains clear and sure. I am not approaching you from afar. I am flowing through you. Your completeness is not something coming to you from elsewhere. It is awakening within you. The core reason for your being isn't something you need to seek outside yourself. It's remembering itself from within you, even through the unease you feel. My essence is contained within you. And you can perceive this now because you have quieted yourself enough to listen, perhaps softened by trials enough to feel, finally prepared to allow it to surface. This awareness has arrived, and this awareness will now direct your path. As a profound truth takes root within you, the world around you begins to rearrange itself to align with that inner conviction. This truth is being shown to you now because you have finally been made ready to live it out. Grasp this. You were not positioned here simply to follow the usual course. You were dispatched with an intention to initiate change in those around you. You have always sensed this distinction within yourself, haven't you, my child? A quiet detachment from the clamor of the world, a feeling of discomfort when others find joy in matters that hold no meaning for you, an inclination to seek what is elevated while others focus on what is low. Others might have seen you as odd, but you were simply connected to a more profound reality, a peace the world cannot create. You were not fashioned to merge with the crowd. You weren't fashioned to follow worldly ways. This is the reason your earlier years felt perplexing, why you never seemed to align perfectly with the pace of your era. You were not positioned in this time merely to be an element within it. You were dispatched to influence it. Consider this a sacred divergence. You are the one designated to release the burden of those around you. You entered carrying innate wisdom, an ancient essence, a profound inner intensity. and the world failed to comprehend your depth, perceiving it as a difficulty. So they attempted to restrain it, quiet it, categorize it. How can you categorize something that is divinely distinct? How can you grasp an essence that originates from a different state of existence? You may have questioned, my child, why you felt so unlike others, why a life of simplicity seemed to slowly diminish your spirit. Your journey was not intended for comfort. Your journey was intended to exert influence. And influence rarely feels settled. It feels like inner stirring, like periods of quiet anticipation, like developing. Unseen until your inherent power overcomes what sought to confine you. You are far more than merely a result of the era you inhabit. You are not positioned here by chance. You were dispatched into a world that required a flicker of illumination. That feeling of constant struggle in your life, my beloved one, is because ever since you arrived, forces opposing me have tried to steer you off course. Yet you endure, still moving forward, perhaps still sensing unease but maintaining your hold. This is because something within you could not be extinguished. Something kept secure. This wasn't hidden away somewhere or recorded on paper. It resided within you. An awareness held in your fundamental nature, a secret obscured by things that have faded from memory, a protected ember. You do not require greater approval from others. You need to awaken to the reality that already exists. And that awakening is this truth. My being resides inside you. The instant you genuinely grasp this, my child, the purpose for which you were dispatched here will become evident to you. Therefore, awaken. Awaken to your significance. Awaken to the manner in which you were formed. Awaken to the reason you persist here. You didn't simply come into being, you were sent forth. And the world around you is poised to witness what has perpetually existed. The one they perceived as flawed was, in truth, filled with the blueprint of a more profound reality. Something within you has begun to unfold. Not with outward sound or visible display, but far inside your spirit, in a place words cannot reach. You can sense it. A concealed chamber, a sacred threshold long sealed, now yielding with each breath you draw. Breaths you did not realize held such meaning. This is the aspect of you untouched by suffering, unmarked by apprehension, unaltered by the world or its trials. This is your authentic self, the initial design before the difficulties, the inner radiance before the conflicts. And in this time, this is being shown not by force, but by this inner certainty. Because sometimes a deep knowing arrives in unexpected ways. It speaks to parts of you inside that you had forgotten were there. This is the reason things have felt so unusual recently, my child. Why nothing feels steady. Why your physical being responds strongly when you try to live as you did before. Something lasting within you is waking up. This inner waking brings strong feelings, yes. An intensity that could bring tears you don't grasp. That makes you wonder about what you believed was certain. That causes you to step back from connections that used to feel secure but now seem empty. You are not becoming lost. You are uncovering the deepest truth of the person I designed you to be. This inner quiet isn't merely an idea. It is a genuine sanctuary inside you, keeping safe the part of you that is still unfolding. The one intended to bring comfort to others who has not yet extended themselves. The one meant to guide but has remained silent. The one who stands steady even when feeling unsure, whose very existence already pushes back the shadows. What you sense now, my beloved child, the weariness you feel, the shifts in your being, the trembling, the urge to step back. These are not merely signs of exhaustion. They show a profound birthing taking place within your soul. A treasure I kept tucked deep within you is now emerging, my beloved one. It wasn't merely paused, it was being prepared. Years of silent effort, tears shed unseen, periods of great hardship. These have shaped what is now coming into view. My gaze was always upon you. The precise time was appointed for this revealing. And the way this inner space opened was through the depth of your hurt. No other path brought you here. Only profound sadness guided you. Space was created for the truth held inside you to finally emerge, and this happened only through the hurt caused by others. There was meaning in the shifts with people around you, in the changes to your responsibilities, and during those times when even those nearest to you didn't truly understand what was unfolding inside you. You weren't cast aside. You were being led onto another path. This happened so the true essence within you would not be shaped by the opinions of those who could only see your outward appearance. And now, my child, you are at a moment of change you didn't foresee. It feels raw, not like climbing, but like being laid bare. In this place, you are genuinely meeting your true self, perhaps for the first time. As this inner place opens and the truth held there starts to move, you might feel a sense different from anything you've known. Do not fight this. What is showing itself through you is precisely what those around you need. Your journey wasn't about protecting how others saw you. It was about allowing the truth of who you are to emerge. And now, the truth that was held back is being revealed through your very presence. There are truths your spirit has yearned for your whole life, truths you never heard voiced. Not just soothing words or simple answers that sound like belief. I mean the quiet insights only I can give you, especially when your physical self is tired from trying to seem strong. And now, my cherished child, these truths are finally being shared. Not through sounds you hear outside yourself, but within you, in that inner space you feel opening up. You have carried hurts that felt too deep for words, pain so profound you couldn't even allow yourself to think about it. You tried naming it sorrow. You tried naming it tiredness. You even questioned if it might be a punishment. But none of those names fit. Because this deep ache, this quiet void you felt, was a space I set aside within you a long time ago. A space intended precisely for this moment. Not for rigid rules or narrow ways of life, but for a deep understanding that would transform you entirely. And this profound understanding settles inside you. I see the hurt that was never acknowledged. I observed every single instant. I was there through every hard night. I held every tear. I did not require others to see you, my child, for my eyes were constantly fixed on you. Let this truth reach the sensitive places within you. Let it touch that concealed wound. I truly know the harm that was never recognized. Do you feel what is happening? What you kept tucked away is now being revealed. The pain you bore alone is being brought to light. The cry you stifled is being heard and honored. This is more than simple mending. This is validation from the one who understands everything. Your whole life you have waited for someone to say, "That was wrong." And now, my precious one, it is being spoken. My presence is focused on you, speaking directly to your core. I see what occurred. I saw it then, and this is not right in my sight. This moment aligns things sacredly, not with clamor or penalty, but profoundly personal for you. This is my voice, speaking gently to the sensitive places left by past wounds within your spirit, declaring they deserve to be complete. You have carried this silent weight for too long. You have felt shame weighing on you, as though it were your own. But today, in this instant, a truth is spoken that makes all of that dissolve. The shame you felt was never intended for you. The silence wasn't hollow. The pain you bore was not without reason, because everything you experienced was making you ready for this profound understanding, the one your heart sensed before your mind could comprehend it. I truly see the hurt that was never acknowledged. Do you feel this change, my child? This current change isn't about your external self or what others perceive, but about your inner recognition of how close I am to your wounded places. You don't just have faith in a distant power. You know I was present alongside you in the exact moment you felt completely alone. And now that this truth is known, it will sink deep inside you. This understanding wasn't just heard, it has been imprinted upon your spirit, like a sacred mark. You cannot go back to pretending things are fine, because now you know I saw everything, that nothing was ever missed, and that you have just gained an understanding no one else could provide. Let the healing begin as this truth echoes within you. I truly see the harm that was never recognized, and I am present now, my beloved one, making all things fresh, beginning with you. What feels like a burden resting on you, my child, is not a sign of sorrow, doubt, or frailty. It is a sacred protection I have draped around you. But because this was never made clear to you, you mistook this feeling for a sign of being broken. You thought the weariness was a failing, the inner pressure a penalty, the tears a sign of shattering. But the truth, my precious child, is that you have been holding something sacred and distinct without knowing its true name. An invisible sign of the task I have given you, this quiet mark of my presence on your life. You did not pick this up. You were born enveloped by it. And this is why you often sensed you didn't quite fit in. Often, my child, you felt out of place, as if you did not belong, and that no one truly saw the person you were inside. You attempted to soften your inner glow so others would not feel uneasy near you. You tried to quiet the strong current within you just to appear more ordinary. But this core essence of you, my beloved, cannot be made smaller, does not require permission from others, and has no need to explain itself to those who do not grasp its depth. You have felt this heaviness, as if it bound you like a heavy chain, when it was truly a sign of something valuable you held quietly. This was not punishment, rather you were being situated exactly in the place I designed for you. Yet, these inner qualities can feel unfamiliar. They seem like effort, not advancement. They invite solitude, not public praise. Still, my child, you continued onward, even when others did not applaud you, even when your efforts went unseen, even when you felt completely depleted. Do you know why? Because your deepest self already understood what your mind is just now grasping. These challenges served a purpose. They were making you ready to bear this. Every moment you felt rejected built up the foundation of what surrounds you. Each time you felt broken reinforced your inner resilience. Every solitary, difficult night intertwined understanding into your very being. The path I have set for your life is not something you must search for. It is already within you. And this is why harmful forces attempted to make you question your value, to surrender your inner strength simply to be accepted. But what I have placed upon you was not given by people, and therefore no person can remove it. Your difficulties were not merely painful, they were part of making you ready for a holy work. I have allowed you, my precious one, to pass through deep challenges, not so they would crush you, but so you would be marked as belonging to me. You bear my sign. This sign is not visible for the world to see. It is revealed in the way you navigate your path, in the way you speak, and in how clearly your sight discerns falsehood. You do not need to doubt this any longer. This truth has become clear, my beloved one. My holy presence lives within you, and that includes the heaviness you feel. You are not weighed down by something inert. You contain living potential. The strength of feeling you experience is not intended to stop you. It is intended to bring forth something fresh. Cease fighting against that which you were never meant to escape. Rather than asking for the heaviness to be lifted, ask for the strength to bear it standing tall, You are not shattering, you are being enveloped. And the moment you stop pulling it behind you and begin to carry it with confidence, all that is meant to acknowledge the power within you will begin to align. The loads you carry hold significance. The difficulties you face serve a purpose. Now, take a deep breath. Find your stillness within, and walk like one who did not pick this heaviness, but was chosen for it. You have often felt solitary, my child, even when people were near. You felt you did not belong, as if you communicated in a different way. You longed deeply for closeness, for someone who understood. But perhaps that distance was planned, not because I overlooked you, but because I was keeping you safe. Certain journeys are so unique, my cherished child, that too much external noise would change them. So you were kept separate, held in a peaceful space under my watch. Each bond that did not endure, every time you extended yourself and felt a gap, that was not a sign of your failure. It was a way I shielded you. A holy quietness was settling around you so the everyday clamor would not silence the sound of my guidance. You do not merely bear a responsibility. You embody change. And genuine change does not flourish best among crowds. It gains strength during peaceful moments by yourself. True power is not validated by the agreement of others. It is silently confirmed inside you when you are settled. You have been kept separate for such a time that you might have forgotten how it feels to be fully revealed. Yet that is precisely where the most profound development happens. In the calm, in the stillness that might make your spirit feel eager, because it is growing larger. And just when you felt the time alone was more than you could bear, you found this moment, this clarity, because the right time had finally come. You have observed enough that was not true to genuinely desire what is authentic. You have listened to enough hollow speech to grasp the difference between pleasant words and genuine support. Now you grasp this truth. It was not that others were being held back from you. Instead, you were being shielded from those whose expectations might have diminished the truth of the person I intend for you to become. Because the path I have set for you is not about blending in. It is about walking with the power I have put within you. And that power does not increase when you are surrounded by many. It grows when you are quiet and by yourself with me. You were never overlooked, my beloved one. You were kept secure, watched, but held separate, until the moment was right for you to step into the purpose I have for you. And this very moment is the signal that it is time for you to move out from that peaceful space, because your inner self is ready to engage with the world. You have spent sufficient time by yourself to become a strong presence, not a presence that contends with others, but one that stands against the world's patterns that flourish in silence, against the constraints that hinder people through uncertainty, against the false ideas that keep souls feeling diminished. So, my child, do not feel sorrow for the time you spent by yourself. See its worth. Because it was in that peaceful space that my holy presence settled more profoundly inside you. You have stayed, my child, and heard the truth I have held for you until this very moment. Your heart's deep ache, your quiet searching, your weariness from trying to understand the burden you carried. This alone proves the sacredness within you. You did not come this far by chance. You came because something in your spirit knew this confirmation awaited you. Now let this understanding resonate again, not just in your mind, but in the core of your being. I am within you. The weight you have borne was not a penalty, but a sacred covering, an honor placed upon you before you knew your name. Your solitude was not abandonment. It was my protection, preparing you in the quiet for the path only you can walk. This is your assignment now, my beloved, to stop resisting the truth that has settled within you. Wear the covering I placed upon you with the assurance of one who is chosen. Step forth not in your own strength, but in the authority of the one sent, knowing that what felt like a struggle was the shaping of your purpose. See yourself moving forward, no longer questioning the burden, but standing tall beneath the covering that marks you as mine. As you embrace this truth and step into the fullness of who I made you to be, you join the company of those who also bear this sacred covering, ready to illuminate the paths of others who still walk in confusion. Your faithful attention to this message honors me, and it opens the way for the next truth I have prepared to unfold within you. Know this: my presence does not leave you. My guidance is constant. The covering upon you is my promise of protection and favor as you move forward. Receive the peace that comes with knowing you are seen, you are known, and you are deeply cherished. Step forth, my precious child, into the light of this understanding.